Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the naming of highways in Jamaica. Now, we've said that highways should be named after prime ministers and we have even mentioned that the Northern Coastal Highway should be renamed the Bob Marley Highway from the section between Montego Bay and Ocho Rios, which is the busiest leg of the highway. So recently, as in yesterday, it was announced that a section of the highway between Salem in Runaway Bay and Priory, Salem in St. Ann, just on the outskirts of Runaway Bay. A lot of persons think of the Salem area as Runaway Bay, but Salem is right before you get to Runaway Bay. Between Salem and Priory is to be renamed the Harry Belafonte Highway, which is fine. That's great. But what about the Bob Marley Highway? What about naming a road after Bob Marley? I mean, I will be honest with you. I did not know Harry Belafonte was Jamaican until I heard the news stations carrying the broadcast, which is great, fine, great Jamaican. But who is bigger than Bob Marley when it comes on to music? When it comes on to representing Jamaica? Probably only Usain Bolt is more known as a Jamaican than Bob Marley. So we're not taking anything away from anybody or anything, but we need another section of the Northern Coastal Highway named after Bob Marley. So you could take the section from Montego Bay to Runaway Bay and name that section the Bob Marley Highway. Can you imagine you land at the airport in Montego Bay and you go on to the Bob Marley Highway? And Bob Marley is 10 times more popular outside of Jamaica than he is in Jamaica. His music goes all over the world. We don't need to tell you what Bob Marley has done for Jamaica. Now, the Sangster International Airport is the busiest airport in Jamaica. 72% of the people that use that airport are tourists. 95% of the people that use that airport travel internationally. So 72% of the people, 95% of all the tourists that come into Jamaica come through that airport. So why not name the road when you leave the airport? You're going to go on the Northern Coastal Highway. If you're going to like Trelawney or Ocho Rios, name that road after one of the most famous Jamaicans, Bob Marley. I really don't understand why our highway has not been named after him yet. And this highway that we were on the government at the time offered to name it after Usain Bolt. And Usain Bolt said thanks but no thanks. So the highway was named the P.J. Patterson Highway after the former Prime Minister. Another highway that's a part of this road network was named the Edward Seaga Highway after a former Prime Minister. So I think we should really, I'm not sure what the next step would be. I guess it's just up to the government, because the announcement about renaming the section the Harry Belafonte Highway was announced yesterday by, I think it was the Prime Minister. So it's just for the government to rename it. I don't think there is anything more to it than that. So guys, if you agree that we should rename the Northern Coastal Highway between Montego Bay and Runaway Bay the Bob Marley Highway, like this video, share it with somebody. Let's see if we can get enough likes or enough views to eventually get this video to the government, some government official, who basically the persons who can make the decision, because it needs to be done and it's taking way too long. It doesn't have to be that highway, any highway, but Bob Marley has done so much for Jamaica. A road must be, a highway, a major highway must be named after him. I just picked that highway because the tourists coming into Jamaica would know the name Bob Marley and they would use that road. So if for tourism purposes, it would be a great idea to have that section, which is the busiest section of the highway, named after him, and the tourists that come into the island would more appreciate that name there. But it can be any road. We have so many highways being built in Jamaica. A highway being built from Harbour View to St. Thomas to Port Antonio. That's made as a highway like this. Then you have the Northern Coastal Highway is being expanded to 4 lanes from Kingston to Ocho Rios. Then you have that highway, that Northern Coastal Highway goes from Port Antonio through St. Mary, through St. Anne, through Trelawney, through St. James, through Hanover, into Westmoreland. It's the longest road in Jamaica. You can break it up into sections and name the sections after different people. We don't need one long road called Northern Coastal Highway. So, guys, leave your comments in the section below what you think about a highway being named after Harry Belafonte before and still no highway named after Bob Marley. Now, remember, I'm not taking anything away from anybody because we even have a Ian Fleming International Airport. We're not taking anything away from anybody. He's well deserved to have a section of the highway named after him. We just need a section of a highway named after Bob Marley as well. We had done a video about it before, and this is just an update video because a section of the road was recently renamed. We thank every Jamaican for everything they have done for Jamaica. Jamaica is progressing nicely, and a lot of what's going on in Jamaica, the diaspora plays a major part. So living in the US, Canada, outside of Jamaica, you still play a very important part in Jamaica progressing and developing. So we're not taking anything away from anybody. We just need a highway named after Bob Marley. Alright guys, leave your comments in the section below and please like this video and share it so that we can get enough views and likes to get this thing done. Alright guys, have a good day.